Join me as I challenge myself to create the scariest haunted house decor that will leave everyone spooked this Halloween. When it comes to Halloween decorations, there's one theme that stands out from the rest: haunted house decor. It's a classic choice for Halloween enthusiasts, and for good reason. There's something about transforming your home into a spine-tingling, hair-raising, and downright terrifying experience that just gets us in the mood for the spookiest of seasons. Finding the most effective and terrifying decorations to truly scare your guests can be a challenge, though. It takes more than just throwing some fake spiders and cobwebs around the room. You need to create an atmosphere that's immersive, that transports your guests into a world of fear and uncertainty. One that makes them question what's real and what's not. The key is to focus on the details, the little things that can make a big difference in creating a truly terrifying experience. From the eerie sounds to the flickering lights, every element plays a crucial role in setting the tone for a night to remember. Of course, the biggest fear for many of us is that our haunted house decor won't be scary enough, that it'll be cheesy or over the top. But that's where the magic of creativity comes in. With a little imagination and some clever thinking, you can turn even the most mundane objects into instruments of terror. Take, for instance, an old wheelchair, abandoned in the corner of a dark room. Add some creepy sounds, some flickering candles, and suddenly you've got a scene straight out of a horror movie. It's all about pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, about taking risks and trying new things. Ultimately, it's not about how much money you spend or how elaborate your setup is. It's about creating an experience that's going to leave your guests breathless, that's going to make them scream, laugh, and maybe even cry. So, what are the secrets to creating the scariest haunted house decor ever? Let's dive in and find out. When it comes to creating a spooky ambience, props are essential. From skulls to skeletons, zombies to ghosts, the right props can make or break the atmosphere of your haunted house. But it's not just about throwing some fake bodies around the room. You need to think about the context, the story behind each prop. What kind of character would be lurking in the shadows, watching your guests as they make their way through the house? What kind of props would they use to strike fear into the hearts of those who dare to enter? Of course, no haunted house would be complete without some serious lighting. And I'm not just talking about your average, everyday lighting either. I'm talking about strobe lights, black lights, and LEDs that can create an otherworldly glow. The kind of lighting that makes you question what's real and what's not. When used effectively, lighting can be the key to creating a truly terrifying experience. Just imagine walking through a dark room, the only sound being the creaking of the floorboards beneath your feet, and suddenly, a strobe light flashes, revealing a figure lurking in the shadows. Yeah, that's the stuff nightmares are made of. Sound effects are another essential element of any haunted house decor. From creaking doors to howling wolves, the right sounds can transport your guests into a world of fear and uncertainty. And it's not just about the sounds themselves either. It's about the way they're used, the context in which they're presented. Take, for instance, the sound of footsteps echoing down a hallway. It's a simple sound, but when used effectively, it can create a sense of tension, of anticipation, that's just unbearable. But what really takes haunted house decor to the next level is the ability to create a sense of immersion, to transport your guests into a world that's so real, so visceral, that they can't help but scream. And that's where interactive elements come in. From spinning tunnels to Pepper's ghost illusions, interactive elements can be the difference between a decent haunted house and a truly terrifying one. Just imagine walking through a maze of mirrors, the reflections staring back at you like ghostly apparitions, and suddenly, a figure reaches out from the shadows, touching your face. Yeah, that's the stuff of nightmares. One decoration that's sure to be the centerpiece of any haunted house setup is the Pepper's ghost illusion. This classic illusion uses a combination of mirrors and lighting to create the illusion of ghostly apparitions floating in mid-air. And when used correctly, it can be truly terrifying. Just imagine walking into a room, the walls seemingly disappearing as ghostly figures appear out of nowhere, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly intensity. It's a decoration that's sure to leave your guests screaming, and it's a must-have for any serious haunted house enthusiast. Of course, the key to creating the scariest haunted house decor ever is to think outside the box, to push the boundaries of what's acceptable, and to try new things. Whether it's using projection mapping to create a 3D environment or incorporating artificial intelligence to create a truly interactive experience, the possibilities are endless. So, don't be afraid to get creative, to experiment, and to try new things. Who knows, you might just create the scariest haunted house the world has ever seen. So, there you have it, guys, the ultimate guide to creating the scariest haunted house decor ever. From props to lighting, sound effects to interactive elements, we've covered it all. Whether you're a seasoned haunted house enthusiast or just starting out, I hope this video has given you the inspiration you need to create a truly terrifying experience. And if you've got any tips or tricks of your own, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you're looking for more Halloween-themed content, be sure to check out my other videos. Thanks for watching, and happy haunting!